What's up, guys? Welcome back to Boost Brothers Garage. On this episode, we talk about
the Cayman and the 944
and the shop, and we make a drinking game out of it.
So go grab a beer and join us.
Alright, how does this drinking game work, you ask? Well, it's real simple. There are 3 words, and when you hear them, you drink.
Cayman. 944.
Yep, that one too.
Shop.
Cayman, 944, shop. Okay.
Starting
Right now?
right now.
Cayman. So why are we sitting on the couch and drinking beer and making a game out of it instead of getting our hands dirty on the car this week? Well,
we're out of room.
We are out of room with both cars in my little 2-car garage and one engine on the stand and one engine about out of the Cayman. It is getting extremely difficult.
Riding lawnmower, bicycle,
all of the
everything
above.
That comes with, being married.
Right, yeah. So we're going to continue, but if you saw a couple videos ago, we got a shop.
Oh, yeah. But we didn't get that shop.
No, we didn't get that place. We got a different one. We got a bigger one. And part of the reason was the one we were going to get, it was a perfect first space for us. It was 1,200 square feet. There was a little office space. It was going to be perfect. But it was really far away. It was like 35 minutes for Zach and I, and our buddy Thomas that is splitting it with us. It was 50 minutes away for him.
So we kept looking, and we ended up finding something that was basically right down the road from us. Thomas has about a 20-minute drive, but much better location than what we had before.
A lot safer, and it's almost twice the size.
Twice the size.
Right, so, and it's the same price.
Same price.
It's a bit of a different layout. There is one section that is a big open warehouse type space.
Very similar to what we showed you.
Right.
Yeah.
Tall ceilings, we can put lifts in there, we can do whatever we want. And then there's a secondary area that has lower ceilings, and that's going to be where we store cars, put our workbenches. There's a little room where we can build engines.
There's a spot for a couch and a TV, and yeah, it's a lot better space.
Yeah, it's going to work out well. So the only issue with that is we're still a few weeks away from getting it. And we're not going to completely stop what we're doing and wait for it, but there are some larger projects that we're going to hold off on doing. We're still going to get the engine out of the Cayman.
But we're not, my bad. But we're not going to rip it apart yet, because it doesn't make sense to start tearing it apart in his garage when we're a few weeks out from getting the shop. So.
Right, and we'll have a dedicated space just to tear it down. That's where we stand with that space. We're really, really excited about it. We've already started thinking about where we want to put our tools and how it's all going to work. It's part of it. So not only can we both have our tools in that space now instead of just my tools at my garage, but our buddy Thomas, who's splitting it with us, has a ton of really nice stuff. He's got a drill press and some better welders than I have, and a lot of things that he's going to bring along, so we'll be able to do more and better stuff.
And also, he has better cars than we do.
He's
that are probably going to be stationed there as well. So.
Right, 911, 914, a GTI with 600 horsepower, etc.
It should be interesting.
Right. So that out of the way, a little update on our cars. And who's going first?
Go ahead.
Alright, so on the 944, the engine is still sitting on the stand. The long block is complete. The car itself, really the next steps are body work and doing all of the wiring. I'm completely rewiring the car. Those are obviously big projects. I still need to finish the engine bay and do all of the filler in there and paint that. That I can go ahead and do right away. I'm swapping all of the suspension from early to late offset, which gives me more brake and suspension options moving forward. The body work is going to be such a big project. That car's a bit of a basket case. I mean, I bought it for $2,200. You can't find 944 turbos for $2,200, and there's a reason it was only $2,200, and now I'm going to be putting up with having to fix some of those issues. I think building a rotisserie would be awesome. I don't know if any of you guys watch Bad Obsession Motorsports or Project Binky. If you don't, you should start immediately. They're building a ridiculous Mini that they're putting all-wheel drive turbo drivetrain from Celica in, and they've got the car on a rotisserie, and they're able to flip it over and do all the fabrication work and mount all the suspension and blah 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 blah, and it just looks like the most amazing thing on earth.
But it's also a full-on restoration.
It is.
Yeah. So let's tell us what you think, which direction he should go.
Am I being unrealistic?
Yeah.
I don't think so. He does, but I mean, ultimately, it's my car. So.
Now that my car's broke, it makes a lot more sense for me to tell him to get his car running so that we have something to drive on the track.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I borrowed his car at the autocross enough that it's time to repay the favor.
Yeah. With my car, the Cayman.
Mm-hmm.
So, not much has changed since we've talked about it in the weeks past. I have not sold any parts other than the steering wheel.
$200.
$200. Other than that, the engine is almost out. I mean, I think we're probably 3 hours away from it being completely out.
It's basically a motor mount and power steering lines.
Right. So, which is also, it will come out in his garage, but we'd like to do it right before we are able to move it all to the
shop.
Yeah. We need to get the engine out and figure out what's going on internally. What was the failure? We can't really decide what we're going to do moving forward until we figure that out. We've been watching all of the comments that you guys have been giving. I don't like to say it, but there's a lot of people that want us to rebuild what we have. I am leaning towards going a V8 swap. I've been researching a lot into the Audi 4.2 V8 swap.
Which sounds real nice like.
Yeah, that motor sounds amazing. And there's plenty of people that have done it before us. That motor bolts straight up to the transaxle. There's a lot of benefits to using that motor. We've also had some people reach out and want us to go a Subaru EJ swap.
Which, I'll be honest, when I first heard it,
yeah,
I didn't think there was any chance we'd be doing it, but after doing some research and seeing that if you just sleeve those blocks, you can make some serious power with
reliable power.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
It's piqued our interest, at least.
Yeah, there's like several options.
A few hours ago, before we filmed the video, when we decided that this is definitely what we were going to do this week, instead of trying to find room in my garage to fiddle with something when we didn't have time to finish pulling the engine tonight, I put a little blast out on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we had said we might do a Q&A session, and we had asked for questions from you guys, and we got, between all three social media platforms, we got one answer. One question. In the future, if we do another one of these, we probably will do a Q&A. We like hearing from you guys, and we want to, be able to reach out directly to you. So, if you have questions, typically we answer all your questions in the comments below. So if you have something you want answered on air, go ahead and just head to our Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter pages. It's at Boost Brothers Garage everywhere. And ask us some questions, and we'll keep track of them, and we'll answer, and we'll call you out then.
Yeah, guys.
Call you out?
Shout
call out is when we
shout out.
Want to race someone. Shout out.
Shout out. We'll shout you out.
Shout.
No, shout you out.
Shout you out.
I don't know what we're gonna mention your name. That's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate it. See you next time. Probably with the Cayman engine on the ground.
Cayman.
Cheers.
Both these beers are empty. Oh, yours wasn't, mine was. Alright,
Whatever.
I owe beer.
And we make a drinking game out of it.
So go grab a beer and meet us on the backside.
Meet us on the flip side.
What should I
I
say?
have no idea.